D'accord? Donc, on discute cela en détail un petit peu, d'accord? Et voilà, on commence. Vous êtes prêts? OK. Alors, exercice 1, moi j'ai des audios, OK, que je vais commencer vers vous et vous allez répéter. En ce qui concerne le vocabulaire, the meanings, you're going to just, study them later on. For the moment, all we are focusing on is the pronunciation de la lettre R, d'accord? Donc, voilà, je commence. Ici, ce sont des exemples.
Un arbre. Un adverbe. Un airbag. Un arbitre. Une courbe.
OK. So were you able to get these pronunciations? On va répéter ensemble, d'accord? Répétez avec moi. Un arbre. Un arbre.
Un arbre.
Arbre. Okay. R is a pronunciation which actually comes slightly from here. Okay. So in French, in English, you pronounce it as R, which comes from the mouth. But here in French, it comes from the throat. It's like scratching your throat. Okay. Arbre. Okay. Un arbre. Now, répétez avec moi. Un adverbe. Un adverbe.
Un adverbe.
Lina, you're on point. Yes. Okay. Un adverbe. That's the R sound. Again. Un airbag. Un airbag.
Un airbag.
OK. Après ça, un arbitre.
Un arbitre.
Oui, un arbitre. OK. Après ça, une courbe. Une courbe.
Une courbe.
Oui, courbe. C'est pas courbe, mais c'est courbe.
Courbe.
Oui, exact. OK. Voilà. Après ça, vous avez ces mots. On va répéter ensemble.
Un arc. Une altercation. Un cercle. Circuler. Un parcours.
Okay. So the pronunciation, there's no difference really. He's just, kind of qualified, like classified them as R plus B, then here R plus K sound, okay? So there's no difference really. It's still going to remain the same, okay? Un arc. Répétez avec moi. Un arc.
Un arc.
Voilà. Une altercation.
Une altercation.
Un cercle.
Un cercle.
Oui. Après ça, circuler.
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 Un parcours.
Un
Un
parcours.
parcours.
Oui, voilà. Donc, parcours. OK. Maintenant, vous avez ces mots. On va écouter.
Accorder. Bavarder. Retarder. Verdir. Déborder.
Alors, répétez avec moi. Vous avez accordé,
Accorder.
bavarder,
Bavarder.
d'accord? Retarder.
Retarder.
Oui, retarder. OK? Et après ça, verdir.
Verdir.
Oui. Déborder.
Déborder.
OK? Maintenant, l'exercice 4. Écoutez.
Farfouiller. Forfaire. Interférer. Amorphe. Morfondre.
OK. Répétez avec moi. Farfouiller. Farfouiller.
Farfouiller.
Forfaire.
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 Après ça, interférer.
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 Interférer. Amorphe.
Amorphe.
Morfondre.
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 So the h sound again coming like from the throat. Now you have further words.
Un allergologue. Une bourgade. Une organisation. L'orgueil. La margarine.
OK. Répétez avec moi. Un allergologue.
Un
Un
allergologue.
allergologue.
Une bourgade.
Une bourgade.
Une organisation.
Une organisation.
L'orgueil.
L'orgueil.
EIL is the sound of oi, which will come in today's notes. OK. Après ça, la margarine.
La
La
margarine.
margarine.
OK. Moving on further here.
L'allergie. L'émergence. L'énergie. L'hébergement. Le parjure.
OK. Répétez avec moi. L'allergie.
L'allergie.
L'émergence.
L'émergence.
L'énergie.
L'énergie.
L'hébergement.
L'hébergement.
Le parjour.
Le parjure.
Alors, c'est ça.
Arlequin. Berlin. Charlotte. Merlin. Merlot. Parle-toi. Par la rue. Par les champs. Parlons français. Parlez bien.
OK. Répétez avec moi. Arlequin.
Arlequin.
Berlin.
Berlin.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Merlin.
Merlin.
Merlot.
Merlot.
Oui, après. Parle-toi.
Parle-toi.
Par la rue.
Par la rue.
Par les champs.
Par les champs.
Parlons français.
Parlons français.
Parlez bien.
Parlez
bien.
D'accord. Maintenant, exercice 8, je commence.
La forme. Normal. L'affirmation. La fermeture. L'harmonie.
OK. Répétez avec moi. La forme.
la forme.
Normale.
Normal.
L'affirmation.
L'affirmation.
La fermeture.
La fermeture.
L'harmonie.
L'harmonie.
D'accord. Non, exercice 9.
L'alternance. Le journal. Le tournage. La citerne. Le surnom.
L'alternance.
L'alternance.
Le journal.
Le
Le
journal.
journal.
Le tournage.
Le
tournage.
Le citerne.
La
citerne.
citerne.
Le surnom.
Le
Le
surnom.
surnom.
OK. Exercice 10.
La carpe. La harpe. L'interpellation. Le serpent. La charpente.
OK. La carpe.
La
La
carpe.
carpe.
La harpe.
La
La
harpe.
harpe.
L'interpellation.
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 Le serpent.
Le
serpent.
serpent.
La charpente.
La
charpente.
charpente.
OK. Exercice 11.
L'adversaire. l'arsenal, le personnel, l'immersion, la persuasion,
Okay. L'adversaire,
l'adversaire,
l'arsenal,
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 le personnel,
le
personnel,
personnel,
l'immersion,
l'immersion,
la persuasion,
la
la
persuasion,
persuasion,
apporter, alerter, ressortir, écarter, déserter,
Okay. Répétez cela. Apporter,
apporter,
alerter,
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 ressortir,
ressortir,
écarter,
écarter,
déserter.
déserter.
Ok, oui, Tanmay, vous avez une question?
Yes. So in the word persuasion, how would you pronounce the last S? Because it is between two vowels.
Zion. Ça, c'est zion.
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 Okay,
Ok.
thank you.
Persuasion. Voilà. Ok. D'accord. Maintenant, on va progresser.
le service, le cerveau, la ferveur, l'intervention, la survie,
Ok. Le service,
Le service,
le cerveau,
le cerveau,
la ferveur,
la
La
ferveur,
ferveur,
l'intervention,
l'intervention,
intervention,
la survie.
la
la
survie,
Ok.
14, 14e, Tarzan, interzone, Barzoi,
Ok. Répétez avec moi. 14.
14,
Oui. 14e.
14e,
Tarzan.
Tarzan,
Tarzan,
Interzone.
interzone,
Barzoi.
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 So each time you notice it is the h sound, h. Okay, it's not k, it's not r, it's h. Doesn't exist in Hindi, doesn't exist in English. It's slightly different. Even if you're able to cultivate it to some extent, that's okay. And it comes with time basically. So I just gave you an exercise. I've also added the link of this on your today's document, which we're going to discuss. Okay, so this will be like a practice exercise for you with audios at home as well. Okay, till this point, if you want to ask me anything, the vocabulary, you'll obviously look into the dictionary because today I have to focus more on the pronunciation. Yesterday, we focused more on vocabulary also. Okay. Voilà. Maintenant, aujourd'hui, on va continuer. We're going to continue with the pronunciation of IER. This is I actually. Okay, just making it small. IER is IE. Répétez, IE.
Ie,
EA, okay? So usually it comes in the end of words, okay? And so for example, can someone try pronouncing this?
Charpentier.
Okay, so you have EN, the sound of okay? You have the sound of like we did yesterday. This is,
On.
try again, try again.
Pontier,
Charpentier. No,
Charpentier.
on.
Pontier, charpentier, okay? Which is a capital. Next one,
Papier.
EA ka sound dije please, okay? Papier, please try.
papier,
That's right, papier, which is the paper. Then next one should be,
cavalier,
that's right, cavalier. Cavalier is a horseman, cavalier. This should be,
Évier.
that's évier is a sink. Then
atelier,
Atelier.
atelier, which is a workshop. Okay. Now coming on to the next sound, that is of GN and GNE, both of these. Okay. This is pronounced as near. Please pay attention very much here. If at all you're distracted anywhere, this is the sound of near. near. And notice that this has no g in it. Like the alphabet looks like g, but when it is combined with the alphabet n, it sounds like near, not as gn. Okay, तो g का कहीं pronunciation इसमें नहीं आएगा. Now try pronouncing this, please.
Polonia.
That's Polonia, which is the country Poland. Okay, French may for countries also you do have different names. Okay, so Polonia is Poland. Next one should be
Campania.
try pronouncing Campania because am yesterday you did right. So Campania, which is onka sound, and then near Campania, which is countryside or village. Okay, next one.
Champagne.
Champagne. CH is sh in French. Okay, so Champagne, that is champagne, and also the name of the region in France wherein champagne actually originates from. Okay, next one.
Almania.
That's right. Almania. Okay, and those of you who might mispronounce it as Alemania, please don't. This is not A. इसके ऊपर accent नहीं लगा हुआ है right side पे. Okay, so this is Almania, right? This is O ka sound divided. Yeah, Almania, which is the country Germany. Okay, then the next one should be
España.
España, which is the country Spain. Further,
Lasagna.
lasagna. Lasagna is an Italian dish. Okay, next one. Avignon. Avignon is a region in France. Avignon. Okay, Avignon. And the next one.
Perpignan.
N is on, right?
Perpignan.
Perpignan, which is also a region in France. Okay, Perpignan. Voilà.
Perpignan.
So just एक बार थोड़ा सा quickly repeat करते हैं ये सारे words. GN is the sound of near and never g. You did not notice any g sound. मैंने Almagna नहीं बोला, मैंने Lasagna नहीं बोला. This is not g. Okay, it's the near sound. So Polonia. Répétez avec moi. Polonia.
Polonia.
Campania.
Campania.
Champagne.
Champagne.
Then this is Almania.
Almania.
Espagne.
España.
Lasagna.
Lasagne.
Avignon.
Avignon.
Perpignan.
Perpignan.
Yes. Okay. Voilà. Next one further, you have the sounds of IN, IM, sometimes AIN, AIM, and sometimes EIN and EIM. It's mostly the sound of just like when you in English say angle. Try saying angle. Each one of you say angle.
Angle.
Angle में ka sound aa raha hai, starting with nasal. Angle, right? It's the sound. It's that sound. Please look at all of these syllables carefully, and these are pronounced as Okay. So the first word, what should be the pronunciation?
Matin.
Matin. Yes, matin, which is a word for morning. Matin. Then next one.
Lapin.
Lapin.
Lapin. So lapin, that's a rabbit. Okay. Next one. And. So this is and that is for India. And this is not A, this is not E, it's A only, right? And just reminding you. Now, this should be. Should be. Yes. Campe. Campe. Repeat it.
Campe.
Campe, which is a region in France. Okay. Then next one. Yes. This TIEN या फिर TION जो sounds होती है ना, these are sion. Okay, ये भी आगे. So impatient. The T will remain silent. Impatient. Repeat it. What should be this?
Impossible.
Impossible. Okay, so it's not impossible, it is impossible. Next one.
Sample.
Sample. Voilà. Okay. Next one. Train. Okay. Then
Pain.
which is bread. Okay. Then further.
Copain.
Cook. That's a boyfriend. Then
Demain.
demain. Demain. Also, please don't mispronounce this as E. It's a. It's a. Okay. Demain, which is tomorrow. Okay. Then further is
Faim.
which is hunger. Faim. Okay. Then you have the EIN and EIM sounds. Try pronouncing this.
Plein.
Plein, which is full. Plein. Okay.
Plein.
Then further, this is a city name actually in France, and you do pronounce the S also. Try.
Reims.
Yes, that's right. I think you might be the first person जिसने पहली बार ये word को सही pronounce किया है इसको, because usually even I used to mispronounce this. I used to live in this city in France and it's pronounced as Reims, because इसमें R है और S को pronounce भी करना है, तो people are always confused कि क्या बोलें इसको, ठीक है? So it's not Reims, it's Reims. Just a second. This one. Okay, so this is Reims. Okay. Then you have the further sound that of EU, which is Now this is a very tricky one because people tend to think it's U. It's not U. Okay, it's sounded as and just like in English, you say neurology. It's the exact opposite of that. It's not new U ka sound here. Okay, it's the sound. So just like the alphabet that I told you yesterday, it's the same sound hota hai. Okay, so likewise, this is
Fur.
fur, which is a fire. Okay, then
Blur.
blur, which is blue.
Blur.
Then
Fur.
Burr. So the R, last R should be pronounced the same way as the thoda scratch sa. Burr, burr, right?
Bur.
Yes, burr. And जैसे bonjour बोलते हैं तो उसमें bonjour, okay? Bonjour. So यहाँ पे भी Then you have this one, should
No.
be?
No.
As I told you yesterday, the last C, R, F, and L are almost always pronounced, right? So this is nerf, nerf. Nerf is a word for 9 also. Nerf is a word for new also in some cases. Then further,
Mub.
meuble, which is furniture. Then
Doctor.
doctor, which is a doctor. Then
Professor.
professor, which is a professor, a teacher. And then further,
Chauffeur.
chauffeur, which is a driver. Then
Jeune.
which is young. Okay, then
Chaleur.
chaleur is heat, and
Péri.
périgueux. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. Périgueux. Périgueux.
Périgueux.
Périgueux. As per EUX आता है ना, का ही sound देते हैं, तो périgueux. Périgueux, that's a region in France again. Okay. Then I also added the map of France, so you can just explore key regions kahan pe. That will be good knowledge. Okay. But then you have UI, which is the sound of oui, oui. It's like oo, and this is e. Syllable इकट्ठे नहीं आया इसमें. Oui. Now take care. Okay, so you have yes. कैसे बोलते हैं French में?
Oui.
Okay. Then this is
Oui.
Then
Cuisine.
cuisine. Okay, cuisine, right? Yes. And then that's kitchen. That's a kitchen, and also a type of dishes in Chinese. Cuisine. Cuisine is actually a French word which is also used in English. Then
Fruit.
then
Wheat.
wheat. यहाँ पे तो sound करना. This is an exception. Wheat. Okay, that is the number 8. Then this here is T silent. What should it be pronounced? Hui. That's a noise. Okay. Further, you have the OI sound. Now, what happens is that, you're able to learn कि अच्छा ये sounds exist करती हैं, but when you're like, reading a word, reading a text, वहाँ पे identify कैसे करना है syllables को. Like yesterday, I said, this is a product of practice. So every single time you read something, you should be capable of identifying कि ये syllable की एक particular sound होती है, and I have to therefore sound it that way. And then the second problem that also arises is कि दो syllables इकट्ठे आ जाते हैं, and then you're like, which one to prioritize? क्योंकि मैं एक sound आपको बता रही हूँ, and you'll be like, नहीं, but इसमें ये भी तो है. So that also is a product of practice. Continuous practice karo, and listening is a good technique for that. So for that very reason, I have added the link of this website here, Podcast Français Facile. This has a lot of not just R, but also other pronunciations with audios. Okay, so you can just practice from this as well. Okay. Right now you have OI, which is the sound of wa. Please repeat wa. So for those who think it's oi, it's not. It's the sound of wa, wa. More like or maybe you just understand it like this. Wa. Okay. So not exactly va, it's wa. Okay. So for example, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Voiture.
Voiture. Répétez.
Voiture.
After that,
Soir.
that is evening. Then
Voix.
Voix, that is voice. Then
Choix.
choix, that is choice. Then
Croissant.
croissant. Croissant. Okay.
Croissant.
Croissant. Yes, croissant. That's a French pastry. For those of you who don't know, I can just. This is a croissant. Ok? Voilà. Maintenant, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Poitiers.
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 Poitiers, that's original in France. Okay, it's for remain silent. Poitiers. I also have the IER sound here, so I'm going to pronounce it as EA. Poitiers. All right, so that was OA. OI is OA. So even though this is E, देखने में E लग रहा है OE होना चाहिए नहीं, but ऐसा नहीं है. This is completely different, and so OA. Okay.
Wow.
And then you have OU, which likewise you should be ideally pronouncing as U, right? देखने से ही लग रहा है ये वाला तो U. Therefore, you have, for example, this word. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Boutique.
Yeah, boutique is a shop or a showroom, and is of a French origin, but is also used in English. And it can be a showroom that deals in almost everything, in anything. Okay, not necessarily just clothes. So it's boutique. Then
Cou.
cou, which is neck. Okay. Then
Bouche.
bouche, that's the word mouth. Then
Jour.
jour, bonjour, jour, u ka sound hai, so day. Then
Bonjour.
that's good morning. Further
Soup.
soup, u ka sound again. Then
Toulouse.
Toul, that's a French city. Then
Strasbourg.
okay, here you pronounce the G. Okay, Strasbourg.
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 Strasbourg, that's origin again city, my favorite city actually in France. Then
Tours.
Tours. Okay, so that is another town actually, not really a city, but a town in France. Okay, then you have CH, sh, repeat it, sh.
Ch.
So this should be
Sha.
sha. So the R sounds sha, that's a cat. Then this should be
Chapeau.
chapeau. Chapeau is a hat or a cap that you wear. Chapeau is also that accent, triangular accent that comes on A, E, I, O, U that we discussed yesterday. Okay, then this is
Chocolat.
Cola.
chocolat. Chocolat, that's chocolate. Then
Chaleur.
Chaleur.
chaleur. EU is the sound of as we did
Oh.
earlier right now. Chaleur, which is heat.
Chaleur.
Then, okay, this is a good. Try this.
Chirurgie.
Yes, good. Okay, chirurgie. 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 Try.
Chirurgie.
Chirurgie, which is a surgery. Okay. Then you have TCH, which is the sound of ch. CH is ch and TCH is ch. Just like when you say ketchup. Ketchup, mein ch ka sound, right? So this should be
Ciao.
ciao, which is an informal way to say goodbye. And this is
Match.
match. There are barely any other words after beyond these three in the entire French language, because also these are more like TCH is more like a derived kind of a sound used in French. It's not an actual French sound. Okay. Then you have IEN, that is the sound of ian. Repeat ian.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a nasal sound. Yeah. Therefore, this should be
Bien.
bien, which means good, fine, or well. Then
Rien.
rien. Yes, that is for the word for nothing. And then
Chien.
chien, that's a dog. Then
Indien.
and indien. Also, for those who might mispronounce it as India. India nahi hai, Andien. IN is the sound of a. Okay. I believe someone was asking a question. Does anyone have a question here? I guess I'm going to proceed then. Andien, that's Indian for the masculine nationality. Okay, so in nationalities, as you might know, many of you, Indian male ke liye alag form use hoga, that is Andien, and female ke liye alag form use hoga, which is in the next pronunciation, which I'm just going to discuss in a while. Okay, so Andien, which is Indian male. And now, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Canadien.
Canadien.
Yeah, Canadien, so that is Canadian male again. Further, this one,
Adrien.
Adrien. Adrien is a male name. Okay. Then,
Ancien.
no,
Ancien.
yes. Ancien.
Ancien.
Ancien. Ancien is ancient. The form, the adjective for the masculine form, ancien. Okay. Then
Soutien.
soutien. Soutien, the word for support as a noun. Soutien. Right?
Yeah.
Then
Garde.
Guardian.
gardien. Gardien, which is the guard or a caretaker, the male one. Okay. Profession ke form mein. Further,
Musician.
musicien, which is a musician, male. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about all the female forms of these words. Profession ho gaya, adjective ho gaya, and nationality ho gaya. Because usme kya hota hai? The syllable turns into IEN ki jagah IENNE. And the pronunciation is EN. I don't know why I forgot to write this. It's like EN, like this. EN, right? So you got to pronounce it like this. And so, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Andien.
Andien. Listen here.
Andien.
This was andien. IEN is ien. But when you have NE again, it becomes the n complete sound, and hence you're going to pronounce it not as andien anymore, but as andien. Repeat, andien.
Andien.
Andien, which is the female form for Indian, the nationality that. So, like if it is a male, he's going to be called Andien, and if it's a female Indian, it's going to be Andien. Repeat, Andien.
Andien.
Andien. Andien.
Then that was Canadien, and this should be
Canadien.
Canadien.
Canadian. That's right. So that's the Canadian ka feminine nationality. Then you had ancien, which is if an object is ancient, masculine object, then it has to be ancien. And if it's feminine, then you will say what?
Ancienne.
Ancienne. So en ka sound. Further, a male guard or a male caretaker is a gardien, whereas a female guard or a caretaker would be
Gardienne.
right. A male musician is called a musicien, but a female musician will be.
Musicienne.
So you're getting the difference? Do you have any questions here? Anyone? Working smooth? Okay, let's move ahead. You have the sound of Q, U, E, and I want to highlight the fact here that Q के बाद आने वाला U, कभी भी Q के बाद अगर U आता है French में, the U is kept silent. So it's not que, it's not que, it's just que. Just keep it a que form. Okay, so this should be
Musique.
ke का sound आ रहा है. This is
Musique.
music. Again ke का sound आ रहा है. This is
Roquefort.
Roquefort. So the T remains silent here. Roquefort, that's a type of cheese. I'm going to show you an image. That's a blue cheese. This is a cheese, French style. Okay. Voila. Then further, you have Roquefort ho gaya, that's a type of cheese. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Opaque.
That's right. Opaque. You have the R sound here. Opaque. That's the opposite word of transparent. Okay. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Fantastique.
Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. Yes. Please don't
Fantastic.
forget the nasal sounds of AN, EN, ON, and AM, EM, and OM. And that's always on or Okay. So fantastic. Sorry. On ka sound hai. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. That's the word for fantastic. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Dunkirk.
Try again with this sound here.
Dunkirk.
Dunkerque.
Yeah.
Dunkerque.
Yeah.
That's a region in the very north of France, near Lille. Okay, Dunkerque. Voila. Moving on to the sound. You have the nasal sound. When you say in English uncle, bolo uncle, uncle bolo.
Uncle.
Uncle में हल्का सा बहुत mild सा एक nasal sound आ रहा है. Starting में uncle, uncle.
Uncle.
Right?
Yeah.
Very mild sound, nasal sound. It's quite close to that. So UN or UM, whenever you have, it's the sound. So this is
Brun.
Brown.
brown, which is the brown color masculine. I want to highlight that the color forms will also vary according to whether the noun is feminine, masculine, singular, or plural. For example, Hindi में भी बोलते हैं ना काला, काली, काले, हरा, हरी, हरे, just like that. Okay, so you have brun, which is the masculine form of the color brown. Then this is a word for Monday. How do you pronounce?
Lundi.
Lundi. It's the nasal sound again. Lundi. Okay.
Lundi.
Then you have here, which is for a perfume. Try.
Parfum.
Parfum.
Parfum. That's right. A का sound है, then parfum. That's right. This one,
Four.
Forain.
forain. So in French, it's called forain, and in English, you say forum. Okay, so it's a platform of discussion like Quora, forain, forain. Okay, so now you have UNE or UME, right? It is sound as une or Okay, I should write that other one as well. Yum. Okay, so une or try this.
Prune.
Prune. That's the feminine form for the color brown. Brun and prune. Okay, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Commune.
Commune. So also here I'm adding a word. Common के लिए जो masculine form होता है ना, that is commun. Please repeat commun.
Comment.
Commun. And for the feminine form, it's commune.
Commune.
Yes, that's community also and a common a word for common feminine form of it. Okay. Then qu'est-ce que c'est?
Fortune.
Fortune. That's right. Fortune, which is luck. Fortune. Okay. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Tribune.
Tribune. Tribune, which is a platform or a podium. Then
Lune.
lune, which is moon. Then
Costume.
costume. That's a costume. Then
Plume.
plume. That's feather. That's a feather. Then
Volume.
Volume.
volume. Okay. Moving on. Almost towards the end, I guess. Okay. A few bit of pronunciations remaining. Now you have TION, SION, XION, and double SION also. These sounds are going to be sounded as a sion. Sion.
Attention.
Try this word out.
Attention.
Attention. Attention.
Attention. Tell me. Attention. I understand your struggle with this. Don't ever forget कि ये भी ये वाला syllable है ना, so you have to identify that correctly.
Right.
So this is attention. Attention. Repeat. Attention. Voilà. That's word for warning or attention. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Tradition.
Tradition.
Tradition. Tradition. Then
Nation.
nation, which is a nation. Then
Solution.
solution. D'accord. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Question.
Yes, it's question. Okay, and it's not question. Please remember, it's question. Parce que je vous ai déjà dit, I already explained that QUE is the sound of que. Therefore, it's not question, it's question. Question.
Question.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Situation.
Situation. Voilà. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Ambition.
Ambition. Ok. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Éducation.
Éducation. D'accord. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Constitution.
Constitution. Voilà, c'est quoi?
Révolution.
Révolution. Et voilà, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Résolution.
Résolution. That's right. Résolution. Giving a few more words.
Répétez s'il vous plaît. Éducation.
Éducation. Éducation.
Éducation.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Prononciation.
Prononciation. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Salutation.
Salutation is a greeting. Salutation.
Salutation.
And one more. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Corruption.
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 Don't forget. और जो sounds होती हैं, get them. Okay. English को मत interfere करने दो. Corruption. D'accord? That's right. Now you have the XION sound here. We're going to pronounce this. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Connexion.
Connexion. Not connexion, but connexion.
Connexion.
Oui, connection. Oui. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Réflexion. इसमें थोड़े कम ही words होते हैं XION वाले, ठीक है? Then after that, SION. You have this. Try.
Suspension.
Suspension.
आपका sound है? Suspension. Identify it correctly. I know. Suspension. Then
Extension.
yes, extension. Proper exercise हो रही है आज मुकी. Extension. On to the next one. You have double SION. Try this.
Passion.
Passion.
Right. Passion. Okay. Then this one.
Confession.
Confession. Then
Discussion.
Discussion.
Discussion, Leo.
Discussion.
Corruption, discussion.
Discussion.
Right? Okay, wait a minute. I'm reminded of some words. Passion hai na, ye wala passion. Okay, there's another word which I'm just writing beside it. This. Try pronouncing this, please.
Passion.
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 Comes the tricky part. This is passion. This is also passion. There's a slight difference that you have to notice. Remember, yesterday I was telling you about en and on. En, on. ये वाला difference है इसमें. मुझे बताओ कि en किस में आएगा and on किस में आएगा. Yes.
All will come in passion.
In the first.
And passion. Passion.
In the passive. Listen. एक on है. Listen here. एक on है और एक on है. On. So on वाला sound इसमें आना चाहिए या इसमें आना चाहिए? First या second ऐसे बता सकते हो. On का sound.
मैम सेकंड में आना चाहिए ना? Because
Okay.
it's no, because Tion is yeah.
No, the thing is that see, no. I told you it's sion. Sion. Attention. Okay. सारे ही on है ये. Close वाला on. Okay. एक है
Right.
on. En yesterday I explained is on. So this is patient. Patient. That's a patient. Okay. Or even the quality of being patient. Okay. Patient. But this is passion. Passion. ये मैं इसलिए बता रही हूँ for those who are literally like preparing for TEF Canada. उसमें literally एक जगह पे listening में एक question है ये कि you have to identify whether this word is being said or this word is being said. वहाँ पे passion और passion दोनों दिए हुए हैं. This en is on, the open वाला sound, and on is on, closed वाला sound. This is o ना, o से याद रख लो, o on. Okay, en is
right.
on. ठीक है, so passion and passion. I'm just putting this in another color. Okay, so but remember, एक और भी है मेरे पास ऐसा. That was also in the paper. हाँ, on. Now, give me the pronunciation of this one, please.
Marron. Marron.
Okay, and this one? Anyone can try.
Marron.
Marron. Listen now. This is marron. जितनी बार भी o आएगा ना तो वो closed ही होएगा o से, याद रखो. ठीक है? Marron. That's the color. That is the color maroon. That's the color maroon. Okay? Whereas marron, that's a word for funny. The French funny. Tricky language in that. You've got to remember. ये मैं अलग जगह पे लिखूंगी सारे, but अभी मैंने big में highlight किया, ठीक है? So marron. This also did come in the listening, and you were supposed to identify there whether they said marron or marron, which spelling. दोनों options दिए हुए थे साथ में, कौन सा किया टिक करना. That's tricky, you see, and the words have different meanings altogether. Color and funny, nothing to do with each other. Here, patient and passion, nothing to do with each other. Just the difference of on and on. That's how important French pronunciation is. That's why I'm doing this workshop, literally. Okay. Now, coming on to this we did, right? Try this.
Explosion. Explosion.
Yes, explosion. Then?
Television.
Tele, not tele. Television.
Television.
A and A again. Both the times you have the A sound. So television. Try.
Television.
Television. Then further.
Conclusion.
Conclusion. Try this one.
Invasion.
INS.
Invasion.
Yes. It's not in, but invasion. Okay. Voila. Then further you have ILL and ILLE का जो sound होता है. See, in this you have some cases wherein L is not pronounced, and some cases I've taken the same sound but where L is pronounced. So इसमें क्या होता है कि इसमें literally every single time you come across a word that contains the ILL or ILLE, you'll have to remember that in this you do not pronounce it and in this you do pronounce it. There is absolutely no other way to remember. Yes, Gurpreet has a question. Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. It's a Sion, like Zion or Sion. Is a
Oh,
like
okay.
how
See,
can we identify?
see. This one is Sion. Okay, how to identify? Let me come back to this part. See, the thumb rule is that in English, if you have a word which is like ending in attention, the shun sound, or tradition, the shun sound. Again, nation, shun sound. जितने भी words shun में end होते हैं, connection ले लो, suspension, extension, passion, confession, discussion, सब में sh आ रहा है. ये सारे वर्ड्स आइडियली स्यों में चेंज हो जाते हैं फ्रेंच में. ठीक है.
Okay.
और जितने वर्ड्स ये वाले थोड़े कम होते हैं जैसे जितने वर्ड्स इंग्लिश में दे साउंड लाइक एक्सप्लोजन, इट्स नॉट एक्सप्लोशन, it's explosion, right? Explosion. Or it is television, jean again. Then you have conclusion, jean. Invasion, the jean sound. Jitne bhi words jean sound mein end hote hain English mein, they are going to change ideally into the zion sound. So I honestly have never seen any exceptions till now. So I don't believe there are any really. Okay. So yeah, this is the thumb rule to decide. Fine? Seems fine now?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, voilà. Moving on, I was telling you that ILL and ILLE जो sounds होते हैं, ये दोनों sounds में कुछ cases में you do pronounce it as E, and in some cases you pronounce it as il, E and il. So you every single time you come across a word that is containing this sound, you have to memorize it as a part of its pronunciation and not make a mistake, because also then you know अब जैसे इसको अगर आप mispronounce करते हैं as V. V is another word which is spelled differently and has a different spelling. That means life, V-I-E. इसको अगर आप me करते हैं, तो that is another word, okay? So you just can't make a mistake in these, okay? This is fee. Repeat it. L is not pronounced लिखा है मैंने यहाँ पे. इसको मैं बोल ही so that you're to follow it. So fee. Please repeat. Fee.
Fee.
It's more like E, and the हल्का सा य का sound आता है, हल्का सा. E, okay? So fee, which is a girl or a daughter. Then this is
Famille.
that's right, famille, which is family. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Gorille.
Gorille.
Gorille, which is a gorilla.
Gorille.
Then
Cheville.
cheville, which is an ankle. Okay? Come on.
Cheville.
The eel sound now. Eel का sound इसमें ल को pronounce करेंगे हम. So how do you pronounce this word?
Wheel.
Wheel. Also, this is not ville. Okay, just like yesterday I told you, ये A नहीं होता है last में. It's wheel. That's a city.
Wheel.
Further, what do you have?
Meal.
Meal. That's 1,000. Okay. Then AIL is the sound of I. Repeat it. I.
I.
तो ये I है. In AILLE का sound होता है I and I. This is like this. I. So this is travail. Travail.
Travail.
Is work as a noun. I work as a noun. Okay. This is
I.
I. That's for garlic also. Garlic is called I. Then qu'est-ce que c'est?
Kohai.
That's coral. Okay. Then
Funérailles.
funérailles. Right?
Funérailles.
Funérailles. That's a funeral.
Funérailles.
Then
Vitrail.
Thai.
vitrail. That is a stained glass window. Okay, so I का sound है every time. And now you have I. Double L हो गया तो I का sound change हो गया ये. Try this.
Paille.
Pie.
That's a straw. Okay, straw that you use in your glass. Or then further,
Pie.
Paille.
it's a fault. Okay. Then you have I. Listen here. I. I. This is also I. These both sounds are I only. Okay. I. For example,
Soli.
Soleil.
I. Soleil.
Soleil.
Not soleil. Soleil. Try
Soleil.
Soleil.
soleil, which is the sun. Then
Conci.
Console.
Conseil.
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 Sorry.
Seuil. It's like this. Seuil. So conseil, which is a piece of advice. Then
Pareil.
pareil, which is the sound of similar. Okay, the word for similar. Pareil. ये मैंने पता नहीं क्या किया इधर. EIL. Try this.
Sommeil.
Somoy.
समय, sleep. ऐसे ही होता तो easy रहता ना वैसे. Comparatively easy रहता.
Yes, yes.
समय, which is sleep. Okay. Voila. This is EILLE, which is again same sound of this and this. Try this.
Abai,
Abai.
Abai, which is a B. Then
kohbei,
Korbai.
it's a basket. Then
Oreille.
Orai.
okay, that is an ear. Then
budai,
Budai.
bottle. Okay, so many sounds. You see, practice तो करना पड़ेगा. देखो recording जिसने आपने attend किया, जिसने नहीं किया recording तो फिर से देखनी ही पड़ेगी. And handwritten notes बना के अगर साथ साथ बोल के practice करोगे ना, तो it will definitely work for you. Okay. So, but make sure that you do give it the time that it deserves. Other than that, some थोड़ी बहुत और sounds हैं वो जैसे t नहीं होता French में t का जो hard sound होता है that doesn't exist. It's always the soft sound as in the word tabla, tomat, tab. Fine. The का sound भी soft होता है हमेशा, as in my name Divya, the. Okay, so there's no d in French. So this should be
Do.
do, which is the back as in body part back. Then doot is a doubt. Then
dong,
don.
Don.
Okay, don. Then you have sir ka sound, sir and z and so actually when s alphabet comes usually somewhere in the middle, it's sounded as a z sound, z zoom जैसे बोलते हैं zoom z. So this should be
Poisson.
Poison.
poison. Ua का sound क्या था अभी? oi is ua, therefore poison, which is a poison. And then
Désert.
désert. Désert is a desert as in Sahara Desert. Okay, yes, Nikita seems to have a question.
Poison, the poison one, and the fish one. So I
Which
always have a confusion in pronouncing the difference.
Coming to this only. Coming to this. Okay. So you have the double S sound, which is sounded as sir. Okay, as in the word sun. Yes. So just like when you say the word sir, like sun, it's the sound of sir. So this is poisson. This is not poison. This is poisson.
poisson,
Okay. So yeah, there's this very common joke, non-natives going to a restaurant and ordering poison. You don't want to do that. Okay.
Yes.
सिर्फ स और ज सिर्फ एक ए और ए के साउंड की वजह से entire French का meaning changes. You see, पूरा tense change हो सकता है. Poisson, which is a fish, whereas poison is poison.
poison,
Likewise, this one. Try this.
Dessert.
Dessert. No.
Dessert.
Dessert and
Dessert.
dessert. Z and sir. Set that right, please. Dessert. That's a Swedish.
Dessert.
Okay. Then you have et, E-W-T-E. Et, the soft sound as in tabla, the. This should be.
baguette,
That's a French bread. Then
Brunette.
brunette, woman with dark brown hair. Brunette. Then
roulette,
roulette. That's wheel. Okay. Roulette. That's a wheel. Then
Violette.
violet,
that's the color violet, feminine form. Violet.
violet,
You have the J alphabet. It's not J, it's not Jh, it's not Z. ये कोई नहीं है. ये J है. J. ये हिंदी इंग्लिश में एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है, पर ये फ्रेंच में एग्जिस्ट करता है. This is different from Hindi and English sound. Just like when in English you would say the word television.
Television.
ठीक है. J. तो इसके लिए वर्ड है जैसे J. I को बोला जाता है ना. I pronoun I. फ्रेंच में J बोलते हैं उसको.
sure,
So this is J, not J, not Jh, not Z. Okay. J. Now, you have es in the end, in the end of a word. This is extremely important because people make a huge mistake with this one. Grammar galat ho jata hai. Es in the end of the word is pronounced just as a. It is not a. It's a only. Just like this word. These are all city names in France. Please pronounce these one by one. What is the first one?
non,
Non.
Non.
Next one.
Ren.
N का sound भी देना. N है बीच में. So Ren. It's called Ren. Okay. Ren. Next one.
Cannes.
Cannes. Cannes Film Festival that you might have heard about is not Cannes. It's Cannes.
Cannes.
Then
Limoges.
Limoges. Yes,
Clean.
all of these are French cities, and every pronunciation, ये Nantes नहीं है, ये Rennes नहीं है, ये Cannes नहीं है, ये Limoges नहीं है. So please don't mispronounce. Okay, Nantes, Rennes, Cannes, Limoges. A few interesting facts that I need you to know: the letter K in French is not native to itself. It is used in loan words which are borrowed from other languages. For example, the words like kilo, kilomètre, klaxon, ticket. All of these words, they are borrowed words. They are not actually French words. So K alphabet. And if you have to give the K sound somewhere, it is the C alphabet that's used in French. Okay. Another same for the letter W. W is also a loaned word from a different language. So for example, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is called Wi-Fi. Or WC. WC. Or web design. Web design. Just give it a French accent. Thoda sa, so web design. Okay. All words are taken. Okay. You have some exceptions here. I told you yesterday that there will still be exceptions. There are not a lot, so you won't struggle अगर आप ये वाले rules को कर लेते उसके बाद थोड़े से exceptions को deal कर लेते. For example, how should you pronounce this word?
Monsieur.
Monsieur. You're not saying monsieur because I told you it's O-N-O. Ideally it should be monsieur, but it's not. It's monsieur. Monsieur.
Yes.
It should be
Fils.
fils. Fils is a verb for son, beta, son. Okay, so it's called fils. So you're pronouncing the this thing here. What do we say? The S alphabet here. Fils. Okay, and the L is not being sounded. That is kept silent. So this is an exception clearly. After that, this one.
Mars.
That is the month of March.
Mars.
You're pronouncing the S in the end, although you should not be pronouncing the consonant in the end mostly, right? So that's an exception. Next one.
Oud.
It's pronounced as ut. The t is sounded. पहले का आ नहीं बोल रहे हैं आप और ये ऊ का sound है. So ut. That's the month of August. Ut. So again an exception. Next one.
Oui.
With.
That's the number 8. So you're not pronouncing the H as usual, but also you are pronouncing the T sound here, which is generally not pronounced, right? So the T is kept silent. Next one.
Use.
Use.
Here you are pronouncing sir. That's the word for bus. Bus. You're not saying bu. Saying bus. Yesterday we also had guy के लिए एक word था goose. Remember? This maybe you're pronouncing the S, right? Then next word.
Internet.
Internet.
You're pronouncing it as internet, not as interne, because ET I told you is A, but it is internet. Usually the thumb rule is that the words which have been borrowed from English are usually pronounced as in the same way. थोड़ा सा French accent लगा दो उसपे बस. Basketball, football, or I can't remember any other. Happy hour. Okay, happy hour is happy hour. Okay, so that's how it really works. Voila. So what I have done is I've added some, reading out loud exercises, which you can practice on your own. And if you want, you can record yourself. You can send a voice note on my WhatsApp. Each one of you has my number. You can send it to me and I can do the corrections in that. Like I can send you back my voice note and I can explain to you where the pronunciations need to change. Okay, that's an exercise for reading out loud. Like there are 3 of them that I have added. This is one, ma ville. 2, Komobachi, that's like a dialogue between 2 people. And this is 3, question. So you can practice these. And pour aller plus loin, if you want to explore more, there are some video links that I have added for our pronunciation, for this, that, whatever you want to explore. And this is La Carte Géographique, which was in yesterday's session as well. Voila. That's it about French pronunciation. I've tried to cover H alphabet, R alphabet, liaison, elision, whatever changes happen and whatever exceptions are there. I don't think there is anything else remaining, but if still you have a difficulty with something, you can definitely write to me on WhatsApp and we can then discuss it further. Does it seem fine to you? Let me know.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your participation. I'll be doing another workshop on another topic, soon, very soon. So just stay updated and see each other. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Au revoir. Au revoir.